For the Ellstrom family, the 96 Spirit of Qatar, it's been one of their most successful seasons ever, but not the easiest, Eric. It's been fixing something ever since a rough start in Madison.
Yeah, sometimes I think the best seasons happen when we're fixing the boat all year long. Madison was devastating to us. Final heat, leading, perfect day, qualify, every heat, everything was going perfect. New course, rough water. Dave hooked it, and a devastating crash. Steve David, we went into his lane, he hit us. He couldn't avoid us, happened, split second. Thank God both drivers are okay, but both boats were devastated.
A major fix to get you ready for Detroit the following week. The boat was there, and a big win for you, but again, not an easy one. You had to do some fixing.
It was a major repair, but our guys know what to do. We fly the parts out, we fly the guys out if necessary. Cooper was gracious enough to let us use their shop, and we put the boat back together in about 4 days.
On to Detroit, a big win for you and Dave at the Gold Cup, but again, some issues, this time a wing and a gearbox and some other stuff.
Yeah, first heat, Detroit, we put a new gear in. We made specifically for that course. We went out, made half a lap, spun all the teeth off the gear, blew up a hot end, burned up a shaft log. First heat, and Gold Cup's important. You need points to make it to the final. What it meant is we had to race perfect the rest of that day and the next day. And to race perfect is not easy in this sport. And we had troubles as the day went on as well. Just before the final, we didn't have the right shaped wing in our truck that we wanted to use for that course. Thankfully, Nate Brown, Red Dot team, U17, they had a wing that they actually build out of our mold that fits our boat perfectly. It's the shape we wanted. They were gracious enough to let us borrow that wing, and it actually helped us win that race.
History is made in Detroit. Dave Villwock has the Gold Cup and is the winningest driver in the history of the sport.
So you go on to the Tri-Cities, again a successful weekend for you, but at one point I saw Dave Villwock in a golf cart with his lap full of pedals.
Yeah, Dave's driving and he feels the pedals a little mushy that controls the front wing. So we brought the boat back in, we take a look, and the pedal that controls our front canard was bent and basically almost broke. We said since he broke it, it's up to him to fix it. So we took it out of the boat for him, and then we had it welded up, reinstalled it, and we're off and ready to go again. Final heat, we were running strong, and we were really running strong. But the boat is still ill from the patches. We're racing week to week to week, so sometimes we can only patch it good enough just to race. I think it was the third lap or fourth lap, we started to see the rear wing start to buckle. As soon as we noticed the rear wing buckling, about, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds later, the cowling pops off.
Whoa! You duck when that happened? I almost got hit. What was that? The cowling left. Is that going to affect the aerodynamics at all?
No, Bill, not with the cowling coming off, but just a half a lap left here. But look at that rear wing. It's damaged as well.
Oh, gosh. Can we survive one more lap, one more lap? Boat made it, Dave made it, and we won that race.
So what else could go wrong? In Seattle, everything should be perfect.
We thought so, yeah. It was just before, I think it was the final heat, the boat had come in, and we noticed there was a crack in the strut. And it was a big crack. But we assembled the crew, we went to the back of the boat, pulled the strut down, you have to heat it up, knock it off, and then reassemble it, re-glue it, dry it, and have it all ready for the next heat.
San Diego, finally, a fairly uneventful weekend, another nice win.
Yeah, San Diego was good. San Diego is usually a very difficult race for us. It seems like something always happens there. Last couple of years in San Diego has been pretty uneventful for us. We raced hard, had a perfect weekend. It's how we like to do it.